Alright, y'all. Hello. It's Friday. Let's have some freaking fun. All right. First up, we got a Latvian passport under UV light. Okay. What's the deal with that? Okay. It's just music. Whoa. What is that? Talk about amazing, right? That word gets thrown around a lot. This is truly amazing. This is something. Wow. Latvia. Very nice. In America, we just make our $100 bills pretty for the rich. Everyone else can suffer. Yeah, our 100 is pretty cool, but those are hard to come by nowadays, it seems like. Is it safe to assume that these have never been forged? Yeah. I would say, I don't even know. So many things already to me seem like they would be impossible to forge anyway. But this is in a whole different universe. Like, there is no way. No way you're forging this. They figured it out. Latvia broke the matrix with this one. It's hard to just comprehend watching it, let alone forging it. Like, no, you're not. Meet Jorge, the only person living in this Portuguese village. In the early 1900s, Talasnal had over 120 residents, a school, and olive presses. By the 1980s, because the village was too isolated, people moved away, leaving only 2 residents. Nowadays, Jorge's the only one. The only resident? Oh my God. Look at him. He's awesome. Look at that place. Damn, he takes care of it, though. Look at how pretty it is. Whoa. It's almost stuck in time. So he does everything then, assuming, right? He cleans it all. He maintains it all. He puts up the lights, whatever the deal is, right? Hey, he's got a cat. There you go. Does he decorate all this then? That's insane, man. Okay, I could see this, like, on one hand, this is probably the dream for some people, right? Like, not only, this is kind of like, oh, I want a big property and a big house and acres upon acres and all to myself, right? That's like a typical, human dream you could talk to people and hear, right? This is kind of like that on steroids, like, oh, I have a whole village to myself, right? So I could see this being really cool for some people. I can also see this being very polarizing, very weird and very lonely, right? Would this wear off really quickly? Now, clearly for him, it hasn't. So much respect to this guy and admiration. I mean, this is such a unique position to be in, right? It's a cool old village in a picturesque landscape, at least to me. I mean, this is awesome. I wonder if there's more to this. I wonder if people ever do come through there, or if he truly is like isolated 95 to 98% of the time. I mean, looking at it again, he seems happy though, right? Very interesting. I would have never had any idea. I mean, you've heard of really small towns with maybe like 20 or 30 people. That's like pretty rare in itself, at least in my experience. But dude, one person in this whole village. How does this happen? Now, of course, this could only happen to a Fiat, right? Like, how many cars fit in this kind of space like that? How did it get like that? How are they getting it out? Take a look at this salt mine in Romania. It's kind of hard to get a scale of this thing. It's incredible, right? Your only sense of scale is, I guess, these benches, and then, of course, like the people. So you can actually really see how massive it is. You can actually spot the Romanian flag back there as well. This is incredible, right? Look at those patterns, right? Like, you can't fake that. This is absolutely stunning to me. I don't know. And what a weird experience. I've never been down in like a mine or even deep cave. I've been in caves, but I haven't been in some of the craziest caves. So I just don't know what this experience would be like. I feel like it would be very surreal. And these people are just kind of going about their day, right? Maybe this is a daily task for people and it just becomes normal. Pretty interesting point in the comments here. Salt was a valuable commodity before we figured out it could be mined. You used to be worth your salt. because I've even heard that saying. And your pay was your salary, aka salt. It was almost currency. Okay, this is somewhere in Europe. I'm not sure where. Truck driver ignores the height restriction barriers. Oh, I don't want the music problems. Hanging plates and crashes into the third steel beam. Oh my God. Oh, he's taking them all out. You know, height restrictions are usually there, I don't know, for a reason. Damn. This goes to show there's, maybe he's a rookie, right? Maybe he's new to this. This is his bad, you know, harsh learning experience. Or maybe it's just someone that's not too bright that day. Who knows? I missed this part in the beginning. There's the height, like, barriers showing you what the height clearance you need to be under, and he swerved around them. So, yeah. He knew this was going to be bad. I don't think he was a rookie. I think this guy was just stupid. Watching this unfold from my hotel in Paris has been riveting. How many times have I seen the traffic in Paris is just, it's an animal, man. It's on another level, right? If you have a automotive commute in Paris, how do you do it? Look at this. This has been going this whole time. We're like more than 30 seconds in and barely anyone's moved. Now, you know, this is why I avoid, you know, heart of the city, Chicago, a lot because the traffic is just so bad, right? You know, in the city, in the expressways. After more than a minute, barely anyone's moved. We have some scooters or motorcycles. Motorcycles? That's a new one. What's the mix between a motorbike and a motorcycle? Motorcycles. Hey, you learned something new. Yeah, they're moving through. But everyone else, yeah, tough luck. It's going to be a while. Now, this is crazy. Is this real or is this like a clickbait fact here, right? Is this real? You got to let me know. Paris has only one stop sign in the entire city. Paris is not small, right? Paris is a huge city as far as I know. Or, you know, very, very big. And, you know, we know there's crazy traffic. We know it's crowded, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, there's only one stop sign. Is that for real? That's like, I can't wrap my head around that. How? No wonder there's chaos everywhere. There's a different picture of it. Here's the only one, apparently. Because this is a different post with a lot of votes here saying there isn't a single stop sign in Paris other than this one. How have I not heard this before? This is insane. Well, New Year's was crazy in, well, for the Dutch. I've heard this before. Here's proof. What the hell, bro? Damn. Yeah, y'all go way harder than us. Wow. The TV set up at my hotel in Madrid. Yo, why they got to do you dirty like that? What is that? Now, you know, granted, I would hope I'd be out of the hotel room and out, you know, experiencing Madrid, experiencing the world a little bit, right? For most of the day into the night, hopefully. But still, come on. For the little bit you're in there, what if you want to just wind down? You want to watch a little bit of TV before bed? Come on, what is this? Just, why bother with that? This is absolutely hilarious. It almost makes it more memorable. Maybe it's a strategic move, right? You'll never forget this hotel room because of that. This guy gets the best cinematic shots in front of cathedrals. Holy crap. Let me get my cursor out of the way. My apologies. Yo, let's go. Come on. Yeah, see, this is why, at least from an America's perspective, yeah, European cities are the GOAT, man. They're like, you cannot compete with this. Forgetting cinematography? Come on. This looks like it's straight out of huge movie, top-rated video game. You know what I mean? This is just like, you could just set this up in no time. And that's your experience. That's so freaking cool, dude. Yeah. European cathedrals, cities, architecture, it's really in a league of its own. It is. What am I looking at here? A frozen telefontornet, probably saying that wrong, at, Momskildnad. Okay, this is like attempt number 8 here. Momskildnads Gatan. It's good. That's as good as it's going to get. I'm sorry. And I probably cut out most of those tries. You're welcome. In Stockholm, circa 1890. Excuse me. This was one of the main telephone junctions in Stockholm between 1887 and 1913, with about 5,000 telephone lines connected here, and remained as a landmark until 1953 when it was torn down as a result of fire. Yo, that is mind-bending. Look at all that. 5,000 lines. Wow, have we really progressed? Have we evolved when it comes to telephones? And how did they keep track of all this, right? Like, there had to be people that their full-time job was keeping all this together, keeping all of it sorted. I'm glad it wasn't me. This is crazy. This is one of the first, one of the world's first public urinals. And I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. St. Laurent in Paris, photographed in 1865, okay? They were first installed in 1830, but were quickly destroyed during the French Revolution. This was one of 400 cast iron urinals installed in 1834 when peace was restored. And then here's a spot where it was at, modern day Paris. So that's kind of interesting, right? Kind of hard to exactly tell where it was. Somewhere around here, I suppose, because I feel like the angles are different. But regardless, I didn't know that. Public urinal, like just on the sidewalk, that's a new concept for me. That's already kind of fascinating. But then the fact that just thinking about a urinal from 200 years ago, almost, yeah, that's not what I pictured. Going to the comments, they actually have, I think, the spot where it was actually at. So right here would be more accurate because the other picture was like over here. So yeah, that's kind of cool to see, actually. If you go compare, I mean, this is what's crazy about European cities, right? This is, American minds have trouble comprehending this. This building is the same. It's still there. Like, whoa. Shepherd's spoons in Spain were gifts that shepherds made for their wives using wood or antlers, they found. This one is from the early 1900s. This is so intricate. How on earth did they do this? I always say this, like, I just can't believe how cool and how careful, right? How intricate things from the past are. Not to mention, as far as I know, they didn't have nearly the tools, the power tools, the capacity of things at their disposal that we do, right? So how come this kind of stuff has gone away? All right. I think people, for the most part, and I know there's professionals that do very cool things nowadays, but I feel like they're more rare. So, like, for the most part, people have gotten lazier and too busy, right? It hits different because you just don't see this kind of care and attention for stuff nearly as much anymore, at least in my experience. Crashing waves against the shore in St. Malo, France. Geez, that is pretty impressive. Wow. That I didn't even think about coastlines, how they could differ. I'll have to look into that. I mean, if this is any indication, this is freaking cool. Dude, look at how soaked the street is. Now, is this like a desirable place right here to live? I mean, you're getting splashed all the time. Maybe people like that. Maybe it's not desirable. I'm not exactly sure. You could kind of fill me in there. It makes for some great cinematic shots, though. Just be careful if you're walking or driving right there. That would be pretty interesting. Getting splashed by a 20-foot wave. Oh my God. That is fascinating. Wow. You got to let me know if you have been there. I mean, this is hard to capture through video. That must be a pretty wicked experience in person. There's with a little more volume. Wow. Whoa. Dude, some people have just too much talent, man. Holy smokes, how is he doing that? Yeah, look at the crowd. Look at all the funny cars. This is definitely Europe. I don't know where. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I can't tell by the plates, but... Woo. Wow, that guy is like so smooth with it. You notice how it's not like jarring every time he jumps on the next beam? And then even the landing, it's almost like he's like floating, you know what I mean? It's so smooth. That is someone who has practiced that more than we will ever know. Bravo. This retired couple in England worked 6 hours daily for 4 years to create this beautiful garden. This is awesome. This is so beautiful, man. Good for them. Good for you guys. Seriously, good on you. That is like so inspiring, right? First of all, they're in a beautiful area, even in the background, right? But then look at what they've created. Look at this oasis, man. It's so cool. It like the grass is perfect, right? This I want to be here. I want to see this. I want to lay down in that grass, roll around a little bit, you know, just take a deep breath and then look around at just, this is incredible. I didn't think I would be as amazed as I am. Like, this is such hard work and determination to do this. Seriously. This is awesome. I think some people would fail to realize like how much dedication, how much work, how much care, how much consistency something like this would take. So that's why I'm amazed. Because, you know, at least as of right now, like I could not do this, right? I wish I could. I just can't. I know this is like too much to take on. This is awesome, dude. Good for them. In Budapest, there's a fountain that looks like an open book. At the regular intervals, a sheet of water curves from one side to the other, I guess they should say, to give the illusion of a page being turned. It does. Okay, that is freaking cool, dude. I've noticed when you look at like Prague and Budapest and Paris, like all these random cities in European countries, there is like a bunch of really cool, well thought out, bizarre things like this. I love it, man. They're just like integrated into the city too. I don't know why it's there, but it's cool. I like it. Lightning striking the Matterhorn. That is an incredible photo. And that is scary, man, right? That is, it's scary in a good way. It's like nature is just unbelievable sometimes, right? You have such an iconic peak and literally lightning striking that. I mean, whoa, don't mess with the Matterhorn. Look at the energy that mountain's got. Where trains are most punctual. All right. You guys have to weigh in on this. Look at this. Switzerland in a league of their own, 98% success rate on being punctual. I wonder if what is our guideline for punctual, right? Like how many minutes, you know what I mean? I wonder if that's consistent here. That I don't know. Let's see. Luxembourg and Netherlands, very efficient as well. Belgium, too. So those are like tied for second. And then you can kind of see the rest. Italy, Germany, and Slovenia. Yo, what's going on, guys? What is that? I'm a little disappointed. I can't be disappointed. I'm an American. Ours would be zero. There is no public transportation expectancy here. And finally, another chance for Switzerland to show off a little bit. Switzerland puts trucks on trains to reduce pollution and improve traffic. That is awesome. They're called rolling highways. Look at all those trucks lined up. Wow. They put them on trains in order to reduce pollution in the Alps, avoid congestion on roads, and speed up transport. Dude, this is so cool. Seeing this kind of stuff honestly just makes me like frustrated that we... Yeah, I'm just going to leave it alone. This is cool. This is cool. Yeah, the U.S. is just a different type of place, isn't it? You guys have some really cool innovation when it comes to this stuff in European countries. I love it. I'm going to end it there. It is Friday. I hope your weekend is going to be freaking awesome. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I felt like we had some pretty good stuff in here. So I appreciate you watching. I had fun with that. All right, y'all. That's going to be it. My name is Ian. You watched IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.